The day before my wedding, I watched my fiancé Jason walk into city with his old flame Bianca in his arms. "Serena, I'm sorry," Jason said. There wasn't a trace of guilt in his eyes, only relief. I smiled. "Save it. I wish you two a long, happy life together." The moment I turned away, a low voice sounded behind me. "Need a hand?" I looked back and came face to face with the business titan everyone whispers about, Dominic, Jason's uncle. Before we go on, hit subscribe and drop a comment telling us where you're listening. The instant Jason and Bianca stepped out of city with their marriage certificate, my phone rang. "Serena, there's a snag with the flower girl dresses, can you swing by?" the wedding planner asked. I stared at the newlyweds, the irony stung. Tomorrow was supposed to be my wedding to Jason, yet here he was, marrying another woman today. When Jason spotted me, his face drained of color. Bianca's hand was still curled around his arm, her smile sticky sweet. "Serena, what are you doing here?" Jason's voice cracked. "Pure coincidence," I said flatly. "Congratulations." Bianca finally noticed me, her finger slipped off Jason's sleeve. "Jason, who is this?" "I'm his fiancé," I introduced myself. "Ex-fiancé, I mean." Jason looked even sicker. "Serena, let's talk somewhere." "Nothing to talk about," I said. "You're married, our engagement is dead." Bianca hovered, awkward, clearly unprepared to meet me here. "Serena, Jason started, but I cut him off. 7 years together, Jason, and you've never been this decisive. Bianca must really be the one." Jason went silent. I went on, "Since you're in love, I'll step aside." I spun to leave. Jason caught my wrist. "Serena, I'm sorry." I paused and turned. "Sorry means telling me before you act, not letting me find out on the courthouse steps. I didn't mean for you didn't mean for me to what? And that certificate you're clutching, did it float down from heaven?" Bianca finally spoke. "Serena, I'm sorry. It's my fault." "You're not the problem," I interrupted. "Love is mutual, Jason chose you, so obviously you two fit." I looked at Jason. "I'm only curious, why the day before our wedding? Was it meant to be some grand romantic gesture, or did you just want to watch me crash and burn?" Jason's face contorted. "Serena, it's not what you think." "Then enlighten me." He opened his mouth, nothing came out. Suddenly I was exhausted. 7 years of loving this man, and he couldn't even give me a real explanation. "Forget it," I said, shaking free. "From this moment, Jason, we're strangers." I walked away without looking back. Outside city, the tears I'd bottled up spilled over. 7 years, my youth, gone, just like that. I called the wedding planner. "Cancel tomorrow. Invoice every fee to me." "Serena, what happened?" "Groom bailed," I said with a brittle laugh. I stood on the curb for ages. A black Rolls-Royce glided to the curb, the rear window purred down, revealing a striking man. "Need help?" I glanced up. He looked familiar, though I couldn't place him. "Thanks, I'm fine," I said politely. He stepped out and walked over. "You're Serena, right?" I blinked. "You know me?" "I'm Dominic," he offered his hand. "Jason's uncle." My eyes went wide. Dominic, the legend of the Vance family, the man who took Caldwell's reins at 28 and turned it into an empire. I'd seen photos, in person he was even more formidable. "Caldwell," I stammered, shaking. His hand was large, warm, somehow steadying. "I saw everything inside," he said quietly. "Can I drive you home?" I shook my head. "I don't want to impose." "Then let me buy you coffee." "You shouldn't be alone right now." I meant to refuse, but the concern in his eyes stopped me. Maybe I did need company. "Okay. Thank you." He took me to a cafe I'd never noticed, low-key, luxurious in every detail. "What would you like?" he asked. "Anything," I murmured, distracted. He ordered 2 lattes and simply watched me. "If you want to cry, cry." Holding it in is worse. The tea was the last straw. Tears slid down in rapid succession. "Sorry, this is embarrassing," I hiccuped. "Not at all." He slid a packet of tissues across. "Jason's always been reckless, never thinks past himself." I sniffled and met his gaze. "You're not defending him?" "What for? Wrong is wrong. I won't twist the truth because he's family." That surprised me, Vance folk were famously clannish. "So you came to apologize on his behalf?" "No," he said. "I came to ask what you plan to do next." I blinked. "Meaning?" "Tomorrow's wedding is off. You can't just sit there." "What am I supposed to do? Scream, threaten, trash their marriage?" "None of that." A glint sparked in his eye. "You can live so well they choke on regret." Dominic's words circled my mind. Live so well they choke on regret. Easy to say, hard to do. Why help me, Caldwell? Who says I'm helping? He sipped his coffee. Maybe Jason's behavior offends me. I studied him, chiseled profile, deep-set eyes, the poise of a man who'd already conquered every height, a stark contrast to Jason's boyish gloss. What are you staring at? He asked. I flushed. Nothing. Let me ask, do you love Jason? I froze. Love him? I thought I did, yet watching him with Bianca, I felt anger, humiliation, not heartbreak. I don't know, I admitted. Maybe once. Now, it's more pride that hurts. Exactly, Dominic said. 7 years is a heavy deposit, anyone would want it back. So what do I do? Prove him wrong. Make losing you the worst mistake of his life. Something in me stirred. Any concrete plan? Marry me. He said it casually, like commenting on the weather. I almost choked. Excuse me? Marry me. He was dead serious. I need a wife, you need a ticket to the top. Mutually beneficial. My jaw dropped. You can't be serious. I never joke about marriage. We just met, so? 7 years with Jason got you nowhere. Time isn't the metric, fit is. And we, fit? You need leverage, I need a partner. What else would you call it? But love, low. D can grow, he cut in. Opportunity won't wait. Heart pounding, I considered. Marry Dominic? Insane. Yet, the look on Jason's face if I became Dominic, his uncle, the man who eclipsed him in every way. I need time, I said. Take it, he replied, standing. But not too long. I'll drive you home. If you decide yes, call tomorrow. He produced a card, Dominic, President CEO, Caldwell. All night I weighed his proposal. At dawn I surveyed the gowns, flowers, aisle runner, props for a play that had closed before curtain up. I nearly dialed Jason, thumb hovering, then tossed the phone. Doorbell. Bianca stood outside in white linen, clutching flowers, uneasy. Serena, may I talk? I stepped aside. If you must. She took in the decor and winced. I'm sorry, she blurted. Truth is, Jason doesn't love me. I frowned. Come again? He married me out of guilt. Her eyes glistened. 3 years ago he saved me from a crash. I lost my leg and dance. He blames himself, so he's cared for me ever since. And married you. Last night I told him I was emigrating, probably for good. He panicked and said we had to wed. You're telling me he sacrificed our future to play hero? Exactly, she whispered. He still loves you, but felt indebted. I scoffed. You expect me to swallow that? I swear, ask him. Why bother? I folded my arms. Whatever his motives, he signed the license. He chose you. You won't forgive him? Forgive? I laughed bitterly. He waited till the eve of our wedding. That's unforgivable. But he loves, love doesn't license cruelty, I snapped. He made vows to you, honor them. Tell him not to send messengers, I'll be fine. After she left, I sat stunned. If guilt drove him, he's probably suffering. His pain, his choice. I thumbed Dominic's card, inhaled, and dialed. I'm in, I said. When? Dominic moved fast. Next morning his lawyer delivered a prenup. We met at Caldwell, glass, steel, power at every turn. Read it? He asked. I nodded. Dry clauses spelled money, duties. Exits. Anything to add? 1. I met his stare. No third wheels, ever. Mutual fidelity. A grin tugged at his mouth. You guard marriage like a hawk. I've had my share of betrayal. Fair, he said, rising. I give you my word, once you're my wife, no other woman exists. His certainty soothed me. So, license? I asked. Today. I blinked. Right now? He was already shrugging into his jacket. Your decor sits ready, let's borrow it. But, cold feet? I sucked in a breath. Let's go. The Rolls-Royce whisked us downtown. 10 signatures, 2 photos, 1 seal, done. I stared at the crimson booklet, marriage. Dominic. Ready, Caldwell? He asked, eyes twinkling. The new title felt surreal and thrilling. What? I lifted my eyes to him. From this moment on, you're Caldwell, he said. Start getting used to the title. Caldwell. The words actually sounded pretty good. In that case, Caldwell, where are we going? I asked. Home, he replied. Your new home. Dominic's place was a standalone villa planted on prime downtown real estate. The house was huge, decorated with quiet taste, every corner announcing its owner's attention to detail. This is yours now, Dominic said. Tell me if anything needs changing. No need, I said, shaking my head. It's perfect. He gave me the full tour and finally stopped at the master bedroom. This is our room, he said. My cheeks heated. We share a room? Naturally, he answered, as if it were obvious. We're married. But we only just met. Serena. His voice turned serious. Once you decide to marry, you'd better be ready to be a wife. I bit my lip. I know. Relax, he added, softer. I won't force you into anything you don't want. That let the air back into my lungs. We'll have dinner together tonight, and I'll introduce you to a few friends, he went on. Starting tomorrow you'll appear everywhere as Caldwell. Best to get comfortable with it now. I nodded, stomach fluttering. The title came with duties, responsibilities. Could I handle it? That evening he took me to a white tablecloth steakhouse. Inside the private dining room several men and women, obvious alphas of their industries, were already seated. Everyone, this is my wife, Serena, Dominic announced, lacing his fingers through mine. Surprise rippled around the table, clearly none of them had seen his marriage coming. Caldwell, your security is Pentagon level, one man joked. When was the ceremony? Why weren't we invited? No ceremony, Dominic said flatly. The certificate is enough. That won't do, a woman protested. A man in your position has to throw a wedding. Absolutely, make it happen, another insisted. Dominic glanced at me. Up to Serena. Every gaze pivoted my way, my throat tightened. I'm fine either way, I managed. I'll follow Caldwell's decision. Caldwell is as gracious as she is beautiful, someone praised. I spent the rest of the meal mostly silent, listening to talk of mergers, IPOs, and art auctions, subjects miles above my pay grade. How was it? Dominic asked on the ride home. Okay, I said. Just, a lot of pressure. You'll find your footing. No rush, he soothed. You did great. Back at the house we showered separately. When I finally lay down, one realization sucker punched me. I would be sharing a bed with Dominic. King size or not, the thought tied my nerves in knots. Can't sleep? His voice came through the dark. I admitted. What's on your mind? Today, everything, I whispered. Feels like a dream. It kind of does, he murmured. But once you choose, don't look back. I won't, I said, steadier than I felt. Good. Silence stretched until I blurted, Caldwell, why did you marry me? I told you, I need a wife. That's it? That's it. His tone stayed level. Serena, don't overthink, some things aren't that complicated. I let it drop. Maybe he was right, we each got what we needed. Still, a niggling voice said the puzzle had missing pieces. Why had he appeared just then? Why help me? Why, of all things? Marriage? Time, I supposed, would supply the answers. Next morning the phone jerked me awake. Dominic was already up on the balcony, murmuring into his mobile. 7 a.m., of course, tycoons don't hit snooze. After I washed up I drifted downstairs. Breakfast, fruit, croissants, eggs Benedict, waited on the long table. Dominic sat reading the journal. Morning, I greeted. Morning. He folded the paper. Plans today? None, I said. Originally, day one of the honeymoon. He studied me. Still in the mood for a honeymoon? You mean we're actually going? Shock lifted my brows. Why not? We're legally married. But, no buts. I'll have my secretary book tickets this afternoon, Maldives. Maldives. The island cluster I drooled over on Instagram. Jason and I had planned to go but never did. Now the dream was landing in my lap, by marriage of convenience helicopter. No need for all that fuss, I said. No fuss at all. Dominic stood, briefcase in hand. I'll swing by the office, then pick you up. He brushed a kiss to my cheek, first contact of its kind, and my face blazed. I'm off. Call me if you need anything. After the front door thudded I sat alone, absorbing the novel sensation of being looked after. With Jason I'd been the caregiver, he'd barely clocked in. I'd cooked, cleaned, consoled, investment huge, payoff microscopic. The doorbell yanked me out of retrospection. I opened it to find Jason, unshaven, eyes bloodshot. Serena, he rasped. We have to talk. I think we're done talking. I blocked the doorway. I was wrong, he pleaded, voice cracking. I shouldn't have hurt you. Funny, you're someone's brand new husband, yet you're here crying on my porch. How appropriate. He flinched. I'm married too, I added, lifting my left hand so the platinum band caught the light. Jason's jaw dropped. What? Repeat performance. You married someone else the day before our wedding. I married someone the day after. Symmetry. Who? He demanded, voice shaking. None of your business. I said coolly. We're over. Please stop dropping by. I started to close the door, he wedged it open. Serena, give me one more chance. Chance? I laughed. You'd divorce Bianca and come back? And I'd want recycled goods? The barb hit home, his face strained. That's enough, I cut in. Leave, before I forget we ever meant anything. He lingered, hollow-eyed. Just tell me who, Serena. Before I could answer, Dominic's calm baritone sounded behind me. She married me. I spun around, he must have slipped in through the garage. Jason went paper white. Uncle? You, and Serena? Married yesterday, Dominic confirmed, hand sliding naturally to my waist. Problem? Jason swallowed. Uncle, what are you doing? Exactly what it looks like, Dominic replied. I married the woman I want. But she was, my ex-girlfriend, I interjected, who yesterday became your wife. Timestamps matter. Dominic's eyes iced over. Jason, Serena is my wife now. Keep your distance. Jason's gaze bounced between us. Finally he trailed off the porch, shoulders sagging. Watching him go felt like turning the last page of a book you once thought was your entire library. You okay? Dominic asked. I'm good. I exhaled. Why'd you come back? Forgot contracts. He shrugged. Glad I did. Thank you. No thanks needed. Protecting you is in the husband job description. A warm ribbon unfurled inside me. Come on, he said. Let's pack. Our flight's this afternoon. This sudden? Not really, he murmured. I figure we deserve a clean slate. I understood, new latitude, new attitude. Okay. I nodded. I'll go throw things in a suitcase. I was folding bikinis when my phone buzzed. Bianca. Serena, has Jason seen you? She blurted, voice thin with panic. He stopped by, I said evenly. He's miserable, she sobbed. He kept saying he ruined everything. Can't you forgive him? Bianca, I cut in, he's your husband, not mine. But he loves you, that's his problem. I kept my tone glacial. And I'm already married. He gasped. What? Yesterday. So please, both of you, stay out of my life. I hung up and stared at the mirror. The reflection looked unfamiliar, stronger, colder. Maybe pain sands away softness until only steel remains. Maldives water was Photoshop blue, sand sugar white, every view ripped from a travel brochure. We stayed in an overwater villa, opened the patio and the Indian Ocean poured into sight. Like it? Dominic asked. It's unreal, I breathed. Then we stay extra days. Won't work miss you? Work can wait, he said. A wife outranks a board meeting. Probably standard billionaire flirtation, but my heart danced anyway. I'll change into my suit, I said. Go ahead. When I stepped out in a simple white bikini his gaze flicked appreciatively. Stunning. Heat rushed to my ears. I wasn't used to being audited like art. Let's swim, I proposed. We floated in silky water, then stretched on loungers, sun seeping into our skin. Serena, he said, sliding sunglasses down, what's your dream? Dream? I squinted at the sky. Used to want a little flower boutique, till reality barged in. Reality being? Capital, know-how, and, well, Jason thought it was a pipe dream. And now, he pressed. Now my universe has flipped, I'm still reorienting. If you still want it, I'll bankroll you, he offered. I rolled onto an elbow. You'd do that? Caldwell wants something, Caldwell makes it happen, he said, half tease, half vow. Jason had never bankrolled anything but his own ambition. Thank you, I said, meaning it. No gratitude required. We're partners. Partners. For a marriage built on impulse, the word felt solid. That night we dined on the beach, tiki torches, seafood, Milky Way overhead. Caldwell. I lifted my champagne. Thanks for bringing me here. Thank you for coming, he countered. To new beginnings. New beginnings. The bubbly went straight to my head, words flowed easier. Ever been in love? I asked, chin on palm. College girlfriend. Ordinary, sweet. We outgrew each other. Still friends? Once it's over, he said. No rearview mirror. I liked that, clean breaks. Your turn, he said. Besides Jason? Nope. First and only. How does this, us, feel? His eyes searched mine. Safe, I answered after a breath. Like I don't have to audition to be kept. He smiled, slow and sure. Good. And you? I poked his foot under the table. Comfort factor? You don't invent drama, he said. Low maintenance, high return. Sounds like I'm a mutual fund. Best performing one, he laughed. I hit the jackpot. Heat flooded my cheeks again. Maybe it was just vacation talk, but my pulse sprinted anyway. Back in the villa we showered separately, his turn first, then mine. I lingered under the rain shower until the mirror steamed over, trying to decode how a dumped bride had washed up in paradise married to a man who could buy the island chain. The warm water relaxed every muscle and dragged a whole parade of memories across my mind. If Jason hadn't betrayed me, I'd be on my honeymoon with him right now. Instead, I'm on a honeymoon with another man. Life is nothing if not ironic. When I stepped out of the bathroom, Dominic was on the bed, reading. A robe hung loose over his shoulders, his dark hair still damp, stupidly sexy. All done? He asked. Yeah. I nodded, suddenly awkward. We'd already spent one night together, but my nerves were still on fire. Come here. He closed the book and patted the mattress beside him. I walked over and perched on the very edge. Serena. My name sounded different in his voice. Let's try being a real married couple, okay? The words froze me. A real married couple? I knew exactly what he meant. I don't know how to answer, I stammered. If you're not ready, I won't push, he said, every inch the gentleman. But we signed that certificate. We could at least try to meet each other halfway. My heart was sprinting. Did I feel anything for Dominic? Pretending otherwise would be a lie. He was mature, steady, magnetic, the kind of man who could make any woman forget her own name. But liking him and letting him touch me were two different galaxies. I need time, I whispered. Take it, he said at once. I can wait. Thank you for understanding. No thanks required. He smiled. We've got nothing but time. Nothing happened, yet I lay awake all night, listening to his even breaths, my thoughts pinballing. How long could this marriage last? Could we ever actually fall in love? Would Jason ever regret what he'd lost? I had zero answers. Still, I knew one thing, right now, I'd made the right choice. On the third morning in the Maldives, my phone buzzed with an unexpected call, my college roommate, Lily. Serena, you got married? She squealed. I just saw it on Instagram. Why didn't you tell us? Instagram. Right, yesterday Dominic had posted a photo of us on the beach, captioned honeymoon. It was spur of the moment, I said. No time to announce it. Spur of the moment? Curiosity crackled down the line. Weren't you supposed to marry Jason? How'd you switch grooms? I hesitated, then gave her the short, ugly version. Jason and I broke up. Broke up? When? The day before the wedding. Lily hissed in a breath. What the hell happened? I spelled it out. That rat, she fumed. How could Jason do that to you? It's over now, I said. So who's the new guy? The photo's gorgeous. Dominic. Dominic? Her voice shot up an octave. Dominic from Caldwell? The legend? You know him? Everyone in finance knows him, she gushed. My CEO worships the ground he walks on. Seriously? Serena, how did you even meet? How long did he chase you? That part's complicated. Whatever, she laughed. All that matters is you're happy. But word of warning, a man like Dominic has groupies. Watch your back. I will. After we hung up I stared at the turquoise horizon. Groupies? Our marriage was basically a contract, but I still didn't want him collecting other women while we were legally beau. UND. What's on your mind? Dominic's voice drifted over, I hadn't heard him approach. Nothing, I lied. Just a friend congratulating us. He grinned. Sounds like our marriage has fans. Dominic, I began, then forced myself onward. Do you have a lot of women around you? He blinked, then chuckled. Worried? I have a right to know, I said. We're married. Fair. He thought a second. Plenty try, but I've never let any get close. Why not? Never met the right one, he said. I don't play games with feelings. I don't start what I can't finish. So what are we? I asked. His gaze flickered with something I couldn't read. We're husband and wife, he said. A real one. My pulse stuttered. Real? What did that mean? Dominic, call me Hanshin, he cut in gently. We're married. No need for formality. Hanshin. The syllables felt strange, intimate. Good, he smiled. From now on, that's who I am to you. That afternoon we snorkeled. Underwater was pure magic, neon fish weaving through coral cathedrals. Dominic moved like he'd grown fins, while I floundered. Slow down, I sputtered. He circled back and caught my hand. Stay with me. His palm was warm, steady, anchoring me. We drifted together, fingers laced, like any ordinary honeymooning couple. For the first time, I let myself wonder if we might really become one. Back in the villa we were both wiped out. Tomorrow's our last day, he said. Any special wish? Surprise me, I answered. I trust you. Sunrise on the beach, then breakfast in the sand? Perfect. That night we talked, about work, dreams, the weird loops life throws. He was witty, sharp, restless, curious. Time disappeared. Serena, he said suddenly. I'm glad I married you. Why? You make marriage feel less terrifying. I blinked. You were scared of it? Still am, he admitted. I've watched too many crash and burn. Then why say yes to me? Impulse, fate, call it what you want. He shrugged. But I'm starting to believe it was the right call. My heart thumped loud in the quiet room. I think so too, I whispered. He rolled to face me. Moonlight painted silver across his cheekbones. Serena, he murmured. Yeah? I want to kiss you. The words hung between us. I saw nothing demanding in his eyes, only soft, almost shy tenderness. Okay, he checked. I gave the tiniest nod. His lips brushed mine, feather-light, asking, not taking. I closed my eyes and let the newness wash over me, our first real kiss, and the moment I finally stepped into my second life. Back home, we found our rhythm fast. Dominic left before dawn and came home long after dark. Caldwell's empire didn't run itself. Me? I started thinking seriously about the flower boutique he'd suggested. Really want to do it? He asked one night. I want to try, I said. I'm job free anyway. Then do it. Instant support. Tell me what you need. With his connections, I snagged a prime storefront downtown, all glass frontage and foot traffic. While decorators painted walls and built displays, Dominic kept dropping by with quiet advice. Angle the shelves this way, he said. First sightline for walk-ins. You sound like a retail genius. I laughed. I don't know stems, but I know sales, he replied. Business is business. 2 weeks later the boutique bloomed to life. Opening morning, Dominic cleared his calendar. You don't have to babysit, I insisted. My wife's shop opens today. Where else would I be? He winked. Plus, day one buzz matters, I'm your hype man. He wasn't wrong. The minute customers spotted the Rolls-Royce at the curb, curiosity poured through the door. Caldwell, these peonies are gorgeous, one woman gushed. I'll take 24. By closing we'd sold nearly everything leafy in the place. Clearly the Caldwell name works magic, I teased while we locked up. Wrong, he said. Customers feel the care you put in. That's all you. His praise warmed me more than the tropical sun we'd left behind. For the first time I had something that was mine, an DA husband who actually cheered me on. Jason had never once backed my dreams. Over a late dinner I exhaled happy exhaustion. Tired? Dominic asked. A little. Mostly high on life. Exactly what I want for you, he said. Do what you love. Thank you, I said, meaning it. I couldn't have done this so fast without you. No thanks, he reminded gently. We're married. That word again, falling from his lips like a promise instead of a label. His phone vibrated. Tomorrow, he told the caller. I'll handle it when I land. He met my eyes, apologetic. Emergency trip. 2 days max. Work is work, I said. Go slay dragons. You sure you'll be okay? I managed 27 years before you, I teased. I'll survive 48 hours. Leaving at dawn, he said. Back before you miss me. But I already did. Morning came too quiet. I unlocked the boutique alone, inhaling the perfume of eucalyptus and roses, trying not to clock every empty minute. Dominic wasn't beside me. Mid-afternoon the bell chimed. I glanced up, and my stomach dropped. Jason. He looked wrecked, rumpled shirt, days of stubble, eyes bloodshot. Serena, he croaked. Shop looks amazing. Thank you. I kept wrapping a bouquet, voice flat. Always dreamed of this place for you, he went on. Glad it's real. I said nothing. Can we talk? He stepped closer. 5 minutes. We've talked, I replied. The conversation ended at the altar you never showed up to. I know you hate me, he said. But I also know I can fix this. I finally looked at him. Fix? With what, Jason, duct tape? I'll divorce Bianca, he blurted. We start over. Clean slate. A humorless laugh escaped me. Love isn't a video game. You can't respawn whenever you screw up. I'm serious, he pleaded. Were you serious when you slept with her behind my back? When you let me plan a future you were already burning down? He had no comeback. And let's be crystal, I added, holding up my left hand, ring glinting. I'm married. I don't break vows. You do. And love him. Jason's voice cracked. This is a rebound tantrum, Serena. You can't fall in love overnight. My feelings aren't your business anymore. I stepped from behind the counter, pointed at the door. Leave. Now. Serena, out, or I call security. He searched my face for the soft girl he once knew. She wasn't there. Shoulders sagging, he turned and left. Watching him disappear, I felt a pang. 7 years is a lifetime, but also a strange, bright relief. Some doors only open by closing others. Late afternoon, the bell rang again. Bianca stood clutching a bundle of white lilies, eyes swollen. She paid, then hovered. I need to talk, she whispered. Topic? I kept my tone neutral. Jason, she said, tears welling. He's broken. Can't sleep, can't eat, keep saying your name. That's your marriage, I replied. Not my puzzle to solve. I know I'm the last person who should ask, Bianca sobbed. But please, meet him once. Give him closure so we can somehow move on. I studied the woman who'd helped torch my old life, now begging me to salvage hers. Irony really was a sport today. I already closed that chapter, I said quietly. If he keeps rereading it, that's his problem. Serena, Bianca, you fought to win him, I interrupted. Love him hard enough that he stops looking backward. That's your job, not mine. She stood there, tears dripping on the lilies, then wiped her face and walked out. The bell's chime felt like a final exhale. I lowered myself onto a stool, surrounded by buckets of fresh beginnings. Maybe I should give Jason one last farewell, maybe that would cauterize the wound. But did I want to reopen mine just to heal his? Dominic flew home after midnight. Half asleep, I still caught the scent of airport and midnight sky when he slid into bed. Them again, he asked after I told him about the daytime soap opera at the boutique. I sent both packing, I said. Hopefully that's the epilogue. If they resurface, tell me, he murmured, pulling me close. I'll handle the finale. I didn't doubt it. Still, Jason's shadow lingered. Next morning, Dominic gone before sunrise, Jason returned, this time armed with 24 champagne roses, my old favorite. Serena, he started the second he crossed the threshold, remember? These mean devoted love. Jason, are we doing this again? I set down my pruning shears, anger rising like sap. I told you not to come back. Just hear me, he begged, then, to my horror, dropped to his knees on the tile, roses scattering. One last chance. I'm on my knees, Serena. I'm begging. His kneeling drew stares from other customers, whispers rippled through the boutique. I felt my cheeks burn. If this kept up, it would kill my business. Get up. Talk like a civilized person, I said. You'll finally hear me out? Jason's eyes flashed with hope. I'm not willing to listen, I just don't want you making a scene, I shot back. Say whatever it is and leave. Jason stood, pain etched across his face. Serena, I know I hurt you, he said. But believe me, I never stopped loving you. Then why did you marry Bianca? I asked. Because I owe her. His voice cracked. 3 years ago, in that crash, if she hadn't shielded me, she wouldn't have been injured. I feel responsible for the rest of her life. So you married her? I gave a cold laugh. Jason, what kind of reasoning is that? Do you think tying yourself to her as payment is fair, to her or to me? Jason had no answer. Besides, I went on, if you really feel you owe her, then be good to her, don't come running to me. But I love you, he burst out. That's your problem. I raised my voice. Love isn't an excuse and it sure isn't a license to hurt people. Jason froze. Leave. I turned away. Don't come back. Serena. I said go. He lingered, then finally walked out. I thought that was the end, until that night. Dominic was waiting in the living room when I got home. How was today? He asked. Fine. I kept Jason's visit to myself so he wouldn't worry. Really? He studied me. A friend saw someone on his knees at your boutique. My stomach dipped. How did you? He drove past. It was Jason? I nodded. What did he say? I recounted every word. Dominic's frown deepened. Sounds like I need to have a chat with him. No need. I made it crystal clear, he got the message. Serena. Dominic rose and stepped close. You're my wife now. I won't let anyone harass you. The words were possessive, yet they steadied me. I know. Good. His expression softened. Next time, tell me immediately. I will. He held me all night. Nothing happened, but I felt cherished. Maybe I really was his wife now. Jason stayed away the next day. I thought he'd given up, until the third morning, when he marched in with someone I never expected, his mother, Vance. Serena dear. Vance clasped my hands, tears shimmering. Please, forgive Jason. My throat tightened. Vance had always been kind, I hated upsetting her. Please, sit. Let's talk. He knows he was wrong, she sobbed. He's lost 10 pounds and mumbles your name in his sleep. I glanced at Jason, he looked haggard. It's not about forgiveness, I said gently. We're simply impossible now. Why? Vance asked. 7 years, how can love just vanish? Because I'm already married. To Dominic? Jason cut in. Serena, do you actually love him? The question hung in the air. Love? What I felt for Dominic differed from the reckless fire I'd had for Jason. Dominic was warmth, safety, certainty. Whether I love him isn't your concern, I said. What matters is that I'm another man's wife. But, enough. I stood. Please leave, both of you. Serena. Vance clutched my sleeve. One more chance? Some things, once broken, can't be mended. I freed my arm softly. Help Jason move on, for his own sake. Vance's shoulders sagged. She left with Jason, and I dropped into a chair, heart heavy. I hadn't wanted to wound her, yet I couldn't rewound myself for pity's sake. Some roads can't be retraced. I thought the curtain had fallen, until that night. I was trimming stems for tomorrow's orders when shouting erupted outside. I stepped onto the sidewalk and found Jason slumped against the doorframe, a bottle dangling from his hand. Serena, you finally came. His words slurred. You're drunk. Go home. I'm not drunk. He swayed upright. I need to ask you one thing. What? Do you really not love me anymore? His eyes held a fragility I'd never seen. 7 years, gone, just like that? My chest ached, pity surfaced, but pity isn't pardon. You're intoxicated, I said. I'll call you a ride. No. His voice cracked. Say you don't love me, say it to my face, and I'll disappear. I met his gaze. The words hovered, yet I myself didn't know the answer. Maybe residue lingered, habit, regret, I couldn't tell. None of it mattered anymore. Jason, I said quietly, I don't love you. Pain twinged, but my tone stayed firm. His stare hollowed. Truly? Truly. The instant you married Bianca, my love died. Jason's knees buckled, tears streamed. This man who'd always been steel now sobbed like a child. I'm sorry. Serena, I'm so sorry. Tears blurred my own sight. Go home, I whispered. Live your life, stop haunting the past. He wept on the pavement, then slowly rose. I'll remember what you said. I won't bother you again. Shoulders drooping, he walked away. I let my tears fall. 7 years, finished. Back inside, I sat amid the flowers, numb, until my phone buzzed. What are you doing? Dominic asked. Cleaning up. I steadied my voice. It's late. Come home, I'm waiting. Okay. I locked the shop and stepped outside. Dominic's car idled at the curb. He met me halfway. You've been crying. I touched my cheek, he didn't miss a thing. I'm useless, I murmured into his jacket. I still hurt over something finished. I feel like I'm betraying you. Dominic tilted my chin. Feelings aren't faucets, Serena. Grief is normal, I don't mind. He smiled softly. But from tonight on, let's face the future together. My heart flat. Aired. All right. I'm ready. He kissed my forehead. Then let's go home. On the drive I made a decision. Dominic. I want a baby. He blinked, then grinned. Let's get started the moment we walk in. I blushed, happiness bubbling. A new life, our life, was beginning. 3 months later, my little boutique had become the darling of the block. Dominic still swung by between board meetings to wrap bouquets and steal kisses. We'd slipped from contract spouses into something real without fanfare, naturally, inevitably. Caldwell, someone's asking for you, Lily the clerk called. Bianca hovered by the door, visibly thinner, the sparkle gone from her eyes. Serena, can we talk about Jason? We sat in the workroom. We're divorced, she whispered. I filed last month. I'm sorry, I said, and meant it. I'm exhausted, she sighed. 3 months, he never touched me, crawled home drunk nightly, murmuring your name. I stayed silent. I realized trapping him only hurt us both, she went on. I'm starting over, graduate school in California. You'll meet someone who loves you, I said. She gave a wistful smile. Thank you, for teaching me what love isn't, and how to let go. After she left, I wondered where Jason was now, then shook the thought away. Not my story anymore. That evening Dominic picked me up. Bianca visited, I said. They're divorced. I know. Jason offered me his Vance shares, wants to leave the city. Surprise flickered, then relief. Maybe now everyone can breathe. Dominic squeezed my hand. You sure you're okay? I'm more than okay. I grinned. I've got news, doctor confirmed it this morning. I'm pregnant. He hooped, swept me into a spin, and kissed me dizzy. I'm going to be a dad. Watching his joy, I knew I'd found everything I'd ever wanted. 1 year later our daughter arrived. Dominic named her Annabelle, Grace and Beauty, he said, though we mostly call her Annie. Cradling her in the hospital bed, I'd never felt richer. Thank you, Caldwell. Thank you, Caldwell. We ugged, foreheads touching. Losing Jason had hurled me straight into the life I was meant to live. Sometimes the universe breaks your path to set you running toward the right one. And that, dear listener, is our story. If it touched you, tap like, share with a friend, and drop your thoughts below. Subscribe for more tales. See you next time.